Oh, where you watch, look where you watch, know where you watch. Choose the right thing to watch. And this enough to watch. Sticky Stucky Sweet TV with Keith Gorgan, Facebook and YouTube. And that enough to watch. The movie star fly take off from Palpatine TV said that. Boom!
A big sound, a big tune.
Ja holy Emmanuel I, boy. Ja Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. Well, Gideon go busting out them head again. So much oppression poor people face right now. Them crying out for freedom. Them crying out for free speech. Then said them want to stand up like them black liberators, like Malcolm X and Martin Luther. And the ancient monarchy will come pave the way, sir. Free up black people from it, tear down them fence, yeah. Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon, well, the Gideon go busting out them head. I listen, I the power of the Trinity. Give us the teaching of His Majesty, and we know war, not every...
Blue, Mr. Gorgan, blue. Blue till me dance up me toe.
This is Sticky Stucky Sweet TV with Keith Gorgan. Good, healthy food with the X Factor. So give it a like, share, subscribe, and touch up that notification bell. And that is it. Look at that.
Deliver me from my enemy, my God. Set me an eye from those who rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity. Save me from the bloodthirsty men. For behold, they lie and wait for my soul. The mighty gather themselves together against me, not for my disobedience, not for my sin, Lord. I have done no wrong, yet they are ready to attack me. Rise up, behold, and help me. You, Lord God of armor, the God of Israel, rouse yourself to punish the nation. Show no mercy to the wicked, traitor, sealer. They return at evening, holding like dogs, and prowl around the city. Behold, they spot with their mouth, so they are in their lips, for they say, Who art us? But you, Lord, laugh at them, you scruff of all the nation. O my strength, I wish for you, for God is my high tower. My God will go before me with his loving kindness. God will let me look at my enemy in triumph. Don't kill them, or my people may forget. Scatter them by their power, and bring them down, Lord, our shield. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them be catched in their pride. For the curses and lie which they utter. Consume them in wrath, consume them, and they will be no more. Let them know that God rules in Jacob to the ends of the earth. Selah. At evening let them return, let them howl like a dog and go around the city. They shall wander up and down for food and wait all night, if they ain't satisfied. But I will sing of your strength, yes, I will sing aloud of your loving kindness in the morning, for you have been my high tower, a refuge in the day of my distress. To you, my strength, I will sing praises. For God is my high tower, the God of my mercy, Selah.
Woman, you sexy from your born. Walkie, woman. You born sexy. You sexy from your born. Spin your roll, make them see the bumper. And no dumper. Walkie, woman. Woman, you sexy from your born. Walkie, woman. Me like how you walk. You just a walkie. And a talkie up. You back it up, cock it up, fling it up, ice it up. The thing pretty and buffy. Walkie, woman. You know sucky. You like when me shooby up. Walkie, woman. Me like when you sweaty and wetty. Just like when rain a fall off of your body like a raindrop. Walkie, woman. Me like when you wake up and you put on your makeup. Then you say you want to brace up, not tears up. Make me feel up. Then we kiss up, and the lips. That and the split up. Yo, walkie, woman. Me like how you walk. You just a walkie, and a talkie up. Yo, the thing pretty and buffy. You know so floppy, 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 or sappy, sappy, sappy. Your skin smooth like a young baby body. That's why them a watchy, 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 and a chatty, chatty, chatty. Woman, you sexy from your body. Yo, me like when you wake up and you put on your makeup. Then you say you want come brace up. Yo, make me kiss up, woman. You sexy from your body. And the lips, not on the split up, split up. Yo, walkie, walkie, walkie. You just a walkie, walkie, walkie. Walkie, 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 woman. Me like how you walk. Woman, you sexy from your band. You like when me try the long gun. And me stick you up. Walkie, just a pinty up. Way, walkie, walkie, walkie. Woman, you sexy from your band. 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 Up and running, up and gunning, sticky, sweet TV, big Gorgan. Passava, man over matter, up and running. So we are continuing with the PNP victory wagon. We don't call it man wagon, we call it victory wagon. So we are go back in time because as I'm saying, it's looking very good for the PNP and the GLP can always come with them bullshit and things like that. So we are go back to the last conference, that is last year. And this time when Cartel did out as well and attend the conference. But that conference there, that is a conference that break the camel back. And to me, that was a conference of a conference. That alone, you can see well in PNP, they're right up there. And they never like that, especially when Cartel and the people attend. So it was a conference of a conference. We have to go back in night and so to what I'm going right now, that lead up to what's going on now. And see clearly. Yeah, man. So we are going at that and have a preview on that. And a couple more video anyway. But you up now. Before we go at that, me also well it's life I don't think where people have to really share if and know because life is so unpredictable. I mean look on that all the while, you know. Well, we look on a story not too long ago where this young youth who work at Jamaica, you know, I don't even hear the factory I'm working, but I'm working in a factory where I have a lot of machine, right? A lot of machine. And you that 30, I'm 30s, young youth. Anyway, some accident going on, him lose on him and was it right hand. Put it off clean and what the struggle him go through and things like that and have to live through it and things change completely. Although I'm still work with the one hand and try to because you have to eat food. But me just saying what you can just there's a today or something drastic happen. You see it Abdul close brethren me know. Yeah, Snoop Dogg. Or you call him Tall P. You see the man like today and alright. We see him like Monday. And then Wednesday, we see him in a wheelchair with one foot gone completely. One foot gone completely.
and tall piece of youth upon keynote program. Remember, do a lot of work on the 1 foot. He was in England and he get deported as well. So I don't think that is a double strict for anybody. Because even the suit of me I look on now and I say, well, then, when I'm in the hospital, I'm try to tell the nurse to throw something in the porridge to make him wake up and just want to just come out of this shit. So them things cause a lot of shit. So it's the people who body intact, why you have to give thanks and praise, because you have now. It's just like you hear today, gone tomorrow. You hear good, and you hear so something happen. You lose a limbs or 2 limbs. How they tap in. If you have strong faith, you don't want to live. And that you just say, but when they come back to reality now, you say, well then, that was the thinking at that time. Yeah man, that was the thinking at that time. So when I really look down upon people and people with disability and things like that, because when them things are some weird things that people lose. Because when somebody born with 1 hand, and 1 foot, when them born with it, so it's no problem. Nobody not gonna really, you know what I mean? But when you're born with the 2 foot, the 2 hand intact and all these things, people losing limbs, toes, hand, which is when they get in an accident, because you never expect that. And you get that, so, because tall man just riding bicycle, boom, boom, on Green Lane, and some big trailer truck just fuck him up. And him have to amputate him foot right on the spot, Yeah. Then them came to hospital. It was so bad. So all them things, you don't expect them things to happen to you, but it happened. So people are just, and that's why some people, use some weird mind and some life where they not think, they not think about, them things you have to think about them things. So you have to be on your mark in every way. Or you can say on your guard as well because you have now. Some people, and this girl, well, me not see, right from Main Street, so, just before you reach the town hall, you see a shop of me know a brother, but me this is some flowers at the outside. Look at flowers. Then me see my brother and me I say, brother, what go on here? So what's so much flower? He might tell me what go on. A girl go buy lunch and across the road and get some trailer or something. I don't know how that happened, but right, so she get on the spot. And she's a European girl, young girl, I work because a little we call them food, like American food stuff with them sell a lot those little what I mean, they little, with them sell a lot of crap, but I'm not eat them things anyway. So I don't know her, but the flowers out there, so that's me say, well, you see that's a accident. She come and work, young girl come from Europe, do her thing. Just go across the road, go buy a lunch or something, buy something to eat. I think, well, she got the pizza shop, got the pizza shop opposite that shop. And they must sell pizza, so she would have want something different to eat or something. And she lose her life. Never, see, so that dead body I go back to Europe. We hear all them news there. So people have to look into them things, they come look into them things and I say, boy, yo, life, But people are really but deep in a life like that, they get up and they think, say, well then life is just so whatever think. Or we go in a year thinking back and think. You ever think about other people like, oh, you don't think about your own self, if that really happened to you, or you don't really cope with it, losing a hand, losing a foot. When so yesterday you could walk and blah blah and do everything for your foot. Today you have 1 foot. You have to use different things, crutches, walking stick, wheelchair. That means your life, when you go up now, your life change rapidly, out of the blue like that. Right? Out of the blue like that. I'm looking to them things, you know. I know what, you know what, well, they happened to me one time, and me look on all that too. That's why I really talk about this. When we used to eat meat, you know, when we used to eat meat before, out of all the meat them, all right, put away pork. Me never eat pork. Strictly never eat pork. And we grew up at 7 days, so I'm gonna deal with that. But out of all the meat them, what I'm gonna eat, goat was my special, right? So me like eat some curry goat. So goat was special. So me remember, you know, me now shop, I buy some goat, but you can't go in the shop and tell them you want to cut the thing. So you in the shop and you talk to the brother, you know, and him have the saw, when I put him the meat pan like that, push the meat pan like that. And me I talk to him, you know, me I talk to somebody else, but me never realize well me and the near the meat cutter, you know. And to me I talk, I mean illustrate that because it's a broad piece of board, so what me I tell you, you know, me just escape that, you know. I just escape that by the skin of my teeth. Yeah, man, I just escape it by the skin of my teeth. I mean, I say, look at that, you know, and that means, well, then, meat, will make me lose my hand. All that, make me look on that and say, well, you know what? God sometimes give you warning, you know. Meat is a good thing to eat, but it really make me lose my hand. Just buying a piece of meat accidentally. You could call it carelessness too. Because when you see them things, you have to stay far from them, you know, them cutting thing there, you know. So my hand is gone. Just miss it because I'm going to talk and when I talk to the brother and the brother say, ease up and put from the thing. Like I'm tell him say, well then, me talk and I know say, well then, me I go nearer to the fucking cutter. Because me I tell you, I look on that, you know, all the while, you know, it's like a throwback to me sometimes. And me see this thing with this brother, you know, losing on. And him so easy, young youth. Him know say, well then, him still can't see, you know, but him just kind of get over it. But he kind of sad. Because what else you can do? And as me said, if you're born with it, it's bad on nobody. It's okay, because you're born with it. So you say you're born, so you have to cope with it. You're born with you know, so other circle. But when you have intact and you have a two hand and your 2 foot and things like that happen, accident, and you lose them, just like that, out of no warning or whatever, that is rest on your brains. If you can, some people can't live through it, some people just forgot it, are happy same way. Yeah, give thanks to them people there. Let us say it go. So yeah, man. Sad situation, them things, you know what I mean? I mean, I listen to that story, I mean, I said, but brother, boy, but you know, if I go through life, and I'm all right, can be work and things like that, and instead I lift up all bag stack of flour and put and load on top, with one hand, and you have man have two hands and no one to do nothing more than stretch out one of them hand all the while. Mm. So that's how I go, life is just fucked up. But anyway, that is that. So we are talking about now, we are go back to the last PNP conference. I think it's the 85th conference, Comrade PNP conference, right? And when we see right now, I say this is a conference here, well, I tell you now, it's a conference here, is the conference who break the camel back. I won't say break the camel back. Anti Wallace from this anti Wallace party a struggle. No matter what them try to come and tell lie. But we see it. And you know, me like to see this move because we need to get out these people, these nastiness out of power, and so we can balance back Jamaica. Although when them come out, you know, the money not gonna be there, you know. The money not gonna be there. But you know, but once them come out of power, then we can start to work on them, get some of them at jail, take out some of them assets and all these things with them thief taxpayers' money. Because they have too much land. They have too much land and building up too much apartment. And want to get away with it like that. That's why they fight against the Integrity Commission. These people, Juliet Wallace, the whole of them, you know, but Juliet Wallace and Andrew Wallace, them are the one who are straight the most. And then one of them I get I get them call it what left. You know, and really what left in a lot of things them are own, you know. Gas station, land, houses, they know how to do it. By them in government. It's a plan. So we need to really take the shit out of them. Yeah. For the Jamaica house. Believe you me. Enough is enough, man. Enough is enough, as far as we see. It hurt the soul. But you know, Mark Wallen never on top of him game. I may have to give him that. Cause one time it was so fucking quiet that I have to really cuss him out more time and say, no, you're too quiet. Especially when he in the out of parliament and do all this and Labour right about deal with him. It's like a baby can't talk, you put him on like that all the while and rate and lay. I say blood clots man, you know, fire in him belly, like Michael Manley and Portia Simpson. I PJ Patterson too. Yeah. But now he find him strive. And he do something other day, respond to the budget, and that I was tried as well. So you see, have them on the blood clot loose. Yeah, have them on the loose. So here goes, getting at this video. Last year, conference that break the camel back. Yeah, man. Here goes.
I want to acknowledge the rock, the love of my life, my wife, Sandra. Big up. My son, Ben, who is in the house, and of course, the people of South St. Andrew. Without you, I would not be here. Big up all South Andrew massive. You know the place. I want to also acknowledge the team at PNP headquarters and the team at the office of the leader of the opposition. And of course, the growing family who you see on this platform with me, who are coming together to take the PNP's message of equal rights and justice across this country. Our officers, our executive members, our NEC members, our regional committees, our members of parliament and councillors, all our candidates at the local and general level, our constituency committees, our group members, our cluster managers, our workers, our warriors, our foot soldiers, every one of you who plays a role to make this People's National Party the powerful force of progressive democratic change that it has been for 85 years. Your party leader hails you today.
Let's drink to the hard-working people, and let's drink.
Here and abroad, in your homes and your...
You have to kind of mute out the music, you know. Because without music out, they get copyright. They don't get no revenue. So we have to mute out the music. Yeah. As much as we can. Yeah.
communities, wherever you are in the world, listening to us today, I bring a message of peace and love to you, wherever you are, in reach of my voice. We have all come here together today to lift every voice and say, time come now. So let me hear you say, time come now.
Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather.
My Jamaican family, what a year it has been. In all my days, I've never seen a year like this. We are living in a time of intense frustration
and disaffection, a time of hand-to-mouth living, a time of violence and fear. Look around you, Jamaicans. So I come to you today with a song in my heart, and it goes, there is power in the name of Jesus.
There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus to break every chain, break every chain, break every chain.
Yes, my Jamaican family, time come now to break every chain that is holding this country back. We have had a long, tough, traumatic colonial history in this country. Our journey has been hard, and we are still living with the vestiges of the past that are holding us back. That is why the British King is still the head of state of our land, Jamaica. That is why we are not yet fully on board with the Caribbean Court of Justice as our final court. That is why we are so violent in how we deal with each other. That is why we don't even respect our own Jamaican language in this country. That's why we still deny communities access to their beaches. And it's why we see the government bulldozing houses of vulnerable Jamaicans, people who the state should be protecting, not oppressing. We must build one nation where we are all respected as Jamaicans. That has always been the mission of our party. As our founding father, the Right Excellent Norman Washington Manley, told us, this national movement continues to be composed of an alliance of these classes and others who sympathize with our aims under our banner to work for the freedom of Jamaica. Daddy Manley says so.
Me love Jamaica, me nah sell out. Them try clip we wings, some of we can't fly. Another Salamanian, jumping at the river when me ready for peace.
We have now in this country is not working for far too many Jamaicans. We need a people-centered strategy for development of this country. So we need to change the paradigm. The General Secretary has said there are two Jamaicas, and he has expressed it vividly with examples. And it is true, it is a reality. But there is hope, because the power to achieve the change we need resides in the people of Jamaica. The people have the power to make the change. It is time to free the Jamaican people from the deep sense of frustration and oppression that comes from a system that is not working for the majority of our people. Jamaica must not squander the chance of constitutional reform we are undertaking as a nation at this time. The Constitution is the overarching guide to the way the whole system operates. It is the rules that we have made for ourselves and the processes that govern our lives as a people. The Constitution is not a meal deal, it is a big deal. As a first step, we must reform the Constitution to complete the decolonization process. We need to decolonize Jamaica once and for all. We in the PNP have no interest in moving to a republic while retaining the King's Privy Council in London as Jamaica's final court. That does not make sense to any progressive person. Jamaicans need a final court where they don't need a visa to go there and where the costs of attending court are not way out of their reach. Time come for a Jamaican head of state and the Caribbean Court of Justice as our final court. Decolonization now.
Of course.
Moving forward together, we have no interest in one without the other. We also want to make the government accountable to the people of Jamaica in the parliament. That is why I brought the impeachment bill to parliament. So then, when a politician violates the sacred trust of the people, he or she will be held accountable.
We're gonna chase those crazy bullets.
We want to deepen the democracy. We want to make the elected people more accountable to those they represent. We must introduce a recall mechanism for non-performing elected representatives as other parties and countries have done around the world. And we must restore the convention where the committees of parliament are chaired by the opposition. That was an innovation started by the other party, by a previous prime minister, and continued by us when we were last in government. But in 2020, Andrew Holness changed course with it. Those committees are supposed to be a check and balance on the government. They cannot be effective if they are controlled by the government. When Andrew Holness reversed the convention after the 2020 election, it was a retrograde step. And I tell you, he never put it in his manifesto that he'd be doing that. People, a corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also. I do not support corruption. Corruption takes money away from children's education. It deprives hospitals of basic necessities. It means that roads are not fixed. Corruption deepens inequality. It siphons off taxpayers' money to make a few cronies richer with the political connections instead of benefiting the people. This government has been doing everything it can to weaken and undermine the Integrity Commission, which is an institution that I designed as Minister of Justice and brought the legislation to Parliament to fight corruption in this country.
What is out of many, but one set of people feeling it. How that real society, you agree to this? Things are revealed, the garbage, the machine spit. No smoke screen, a river, and no conceal it. Now the system failing, the gap gets wide.
I have said it before and I will tell you again. Jamaica cannot move forward without a government built on integrity that embraces principles of good governance in this country. That is what I believe in. That is how I live my life. I, Mark Jefferson Gorgan, am a born Jamaican, son of the soil. I come from a family. I come from a family that has given great service to the people of this country. Selfless service to ordinary Jamaicans, building lasting institutions of inclusion to empower persons with disabilities. That is my family tradition. I am who I am. Out of many, one people. I am offering myself to the Jamaican people for service in their interests with the skills, the knowledge, and the experience that I have gained in my life. I don't come here to scrape from the people. I come to serve all Jamaicans. And I come to you, Jamaica, with clean hands and a clean heart. Whatever depraved and divisive vulgarities my political opponents may stoop to in their desperation to hold on to power, I will not be daunted. I have no fear of them. I stand firm in leading our party in our mission of social and economic transformation to a better Jamaica for all our people. I am leading the People's National Power. Was to fix Jamaica's long-standing chronic debt problem so that Jamaica could escape the debt trap and give our people a real chance of inclusive national development. Under Sister P and under Dr. Peter Phillips, we transformed the systems of managing our public finances in this country. So successful was this effort.
And this is where this is where the GLP not like, you know. This is where them really get mad over, you know, when cartel appear and see the fucking applause them I get and things like that. So them say well then them start to use it away and talk about associate themselves with criminal and things like that. Look at them too. Eh? Anyway, what the other way around and them in the part with do the GLP. Them not hug it up. Them people are some really big hypocrite them, you know. Big hypocrite them. Big hypocrite them. And them was a criminal after them part when me go jail. But yo, we tell you something, but you see God now sleep. Mm.
Len, tell Russian, rise the Russian. We no frightened so easy. So much time. When you're rolling with the army that no scare we. Love and shine. Represent the Gaza. Hey. Nobody.
Yeah. Yeah. The irony of it is, you know, when that happened to Andrew Holness in Parliament, them claims that PNP sabotage him. I'm going to tell them it's a damn foolishness and I get myself in a trouble field. Anyway, we're back up and running. So successful was this effort that in just 10 years, Jamaica's debt in comparison to the size of our economy, which is what the economists call the debt to GDP ratio, how big your debt is relative to the size of your economy, was cut in half over 10 years, from 147% in 2013 to 78% in 2023. But as great an achievement as it is not enough. While things look good on the books, we are not balancing people's lives, as Sister P would say. Our economy is not delivering prosperity for the majority of our people.
Prosperity for the majority.
Since getting back to where it was before the
That's so
pandemic, the
true.
economy is once again hardly growing. And it is still delivering mainly low-paying jobs, as Julian Robinson said. The education system is failing our children. And our society is plagued by high levels of violent crime. How can any government claim they deserve another term in office when this is the record and this is what they're delivering for the people of Jamaica? In fact, for this government, prosperity is symbolized as a donkey. It is their hee-haw way of delivering prosperity in this
Yeah. Yeah.
Their concept of prosperity is a beast of burden, a low-tech solution for modern-day problems. The JLP's jackass name prosperity is symbolic of the low-wage, low-tech, low-growth economy in which Jamaica is trapped. But the people are crying out for more They want to see this country move in the right direction. They want to see positive change.
My father on ya, my father on ya, my father. Yo, true.
They want opportunities to step up in a life and to see hope for a better life for themselves and their families. And they need the People's National Party to do that. Thousands of tertiary trained students graduate each year having made the investment in preparing themselves for the future, for the workforce. But they are facing the daunting prospect of an economy that is only offering low-wage jobs that do not meet their aspirations for personal development. Our people want peace and security in their communities. They want a society based on social justice, where every Jamaican is respected and treated as a valued citizen of this country. Jamaicans need a government that will begin to tackle the deep problems that are holding our country back, the challenges that are dimming the flame of hope for a better tomorrow. No more of the same. No more of the same. Time come to move in the right direction.
Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather.
Time come to take real steps towards the next era of transformation of our beloved nation. We can do it, Jamaica. So when the government gets a credit rating from the credit rating agencies indicating that Jamaica is a good credit risk, we know that. We made that happen. Dr. Peter Phillips, Sister P, with me doing the legal work to support it, made that happen. But it is not enough, and the people need more. And the power lies in the people to make it happen. The PNP will lead the country on a new mission, which is to achieve the next great transformation of Jamaica. We must take Jamaica out of the current low-wage, low-tech, low-growth model and move forward to a higher level of national development. Our mission is to move from fiscal stability to economic transformation. Fiscal stability is important. We understand how to do it. We understand why it's necessary, but it is not sufficient. Economic and social transformation is where we need to go. And that is where we will be taking Jamaica. We need to begin to build a different Jamaica, a Jamaica moving in the right direction. And I will now tell you some of what we have in mind for the future. Beginning with education and training. The People's National Party believes that investing in the development of our people is the key to economic and social transformation. The great talents, resilience, creative power of the Jamaican people have made us global superstars in culture and sports. The next PNP administration will invest in the development of the capacities of people to be productive and innovative in other areas too. To get there, we cannot accept what exists in education today, where over 30% of children leaving primary school cannot read and write, and around 50% don't have the basic number skills or comprehension skills. That is a recipe for underdevelopment, for backwardness, and for persistent poverty. Bond that, the PNP, not in that, we have to change that.
Time come now, people are balling, can't take no more. Now that the crime reach everybody door. Uptown, them a leak shot. Downtown, everybody.
With the current situation, it means every year, many thousands of children enter high school without the foundational skills to cope with secondary school work. Most of them will eventually leave high school without achieving the basic standard of 5 C6 subjects, including English and maths. This is one of the most significant sources of Jamaicans' problems. It feeds low self-esteem, frustration, anxiety, feelings that lead too many youths into badness and criminal activity. It causes too many of our people to be left behind. Those deficits in education and training leave us behind in the global race, the global workforce, as we are not attracting investments in high-paying, high-tech, value-added production of goods and services, which is the key to wealth creation. Most importantly, our society is still suffering from the long reach of negative ideas built by slavery. We must include the teachings of the right excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey in our schools to build back that self-esteem, that inner confidence and personal inspiration to all our children, regardless of the race. The power of the philosophies of Garvey, of racial upliftment, self-help, collective work, those will allow our children to recognize and believe that they are beautiful and brilliant and can achieve what they will if they set their mind to it and work steadfastly to accomplish their dreams and goals.
Rebel speaks again. I say be careful what you teach your little children. Make sure I know something to hurt them. Mind what you say to my sister. She could be the...
We cannot address these fundamental problems that are retarding our national progress and holding us back without addressing the weaknesses in the education system. Taking our nation in the right direction can only happen with transformation in education and training. Education and training will therefore be the #1 priority for the next PNP administration. Education and training are the key to a strong society and an economy capable of transformation to a higher level of income and wealth for our people.
Ain't gonna lie, education is the key and the limit is the sky.
Keeping with the Orlando Patterson report, we will prioritize early childhood development and primary schools because our children must have a good start to advance. The goal of the next PNP government will be to ensure that Jamaica has a first-class system of early childhood development and primary school education, second to none in this region, in this hemisphere. That is bringing along those who are currently left behind. We will make investments in teacher training, in teacher compensation, in infrastructure and technology to support services for parenting. We need to give our children the best start in life. We will expand and improve the school feeding program to ensure adequate and proper nutrition and to encourage school attendance. Jamaica is a world power in terms of cultural.
So the different people between Mark Golan and Andrew Wallace. You see what's the difference now? When Andrew Wallace are talking now, he have a lot of script paper before him, you know. And all the while him a talk, him head a hold on like that, and look and read. There's something they write, you know. And they have no policy, they don't have nothing. They just write something, make it sound good to the idiot Jamaican them. Because you have to talk about them idiots, you know. Yeah. But the sensible people are going to say nothing in it. Mark Golan I give a speech over an hour, and him hardly a look on the script. Him a talk the things them that come from him events. So there's a big difference between two leaders. And people talking upon them things. No script. You have something right before me, yes? When you want to go on one different topic and things like that. They don't see my hold on him head like Andrew Wallace. And I talk him him down and I read up what the script writer give him. There was some really loose people them.
Influence. The expressive style and power of our language is part of what has made the Jamaican language an international cultural language. It is loved abroad, but why we don't respect it a yard? We must acknowledge that we have a language problem in this country. Part of the legacy of our colonial past is the belief that the Jamaican language created by our own people is somehow unworthy and only to be spoken by those who can do better. It is time to move beyond that negative and backward way of thinking. It is time for Jamaica to formally recognize Jamaican as a language and give it its due respect. A major cause of underachieving primary school performance.
You know, PNP, they're kind of lazy too, you know. I know, say, if you can take notice, suppose the Andrew Wellness Conference, Labour Party Conference, it's a one person stand up, and two, the whole, everybody depend that row, and them are part of the officials, them, MPs, them, whatever, are waiting MPs. They are part of the machine. So when you have that girl that stand up and next the man follow, in that road, everybody sit down, the man crap out, sit down. We look like too lazy, brother. This is it, you know. That's why Labour Party conference always used to, because them rise with occasion. Once one person stand up, them say you leader chat something good. When you sit down there, you have to get up and rise, man. I think look good. You're too lazy and lay back. That's one thing the Labour Party have over on, you know. Them well organized when it comes to these type of things. Like the rehearse it. Because the whole of the road is shouldn't get up. Because one of the PNP MPs them are MPs in waiting, councillors, but one of the big way. I'm not desolate. 24 hours, grandson on the day, first class. I want to sit up on an ass like that. You're too lazy, man. Come on.
Is rooted in the assumption that English is the home language of our children. For many of our children, that is not so. We must use the Jamaican language to advance learning in English, arithmetic, and critical thinking. In the foundational years, we want all our children to be proficient in English, proficient in maths, to think critically. The Jamaican language has an important role to play in achieving that. We must also place emphasis on student support and the diagnosis of learning disabilities so we can deal with those problems early. Many of our children are troubled and need deeper levels of facilitation. We owe this to our children so that they can secure better educational outcomes for themselves. Education must also be the base of transformation towards a nation of productive citizens. The PNP will reinstate civics as a mandatory course in our school system. Our children must understand the structure of the Constitution. They must know their fundamental rights and freedoms as a Jamaican citizen and how to build democratic governance in our country. The wholesome values and attitudes of good citizenship, respecting each other, playing a part and caring for the well-being of everyone in our nation. We must inculcate these things into the minds of our children so that our society can be cohesive and strong. That is how we will grow the attitudes for a better, more peaceful, more loving Jamaica with a sense that we know where we are going. Education and training are the antidotes to poverty. For our tertiary students, our intention is to remove the barriers and take the fear out of borrowing student loans to invest in their education. We will eliminate the need for a guarantor of a student loan, which many students from low-income families find hard to find. The state has a responsibility to build a thriving economy, and the state, not our students, should bear the risk of being out of a job. We will therefore introduce a loan payment rule which caps monthly payments at a manageable percentage of income. In periods where the borrower is out of work, their loan payments will be suspended and tacked onto the back end of their loan term. We will not make delinquent borrowers out of our students when they are unable to access jobs which the economy should be delivering for them. Turn up the ting, PNP. Turn up the ting, PNP. In the area of training, Jamaica needs to provide training which is relevant to the current and foreseeable needs of the economy. We, the PNP, will incentivize partnerships between the state's training institutions and private sector companies which have strong training capacity to address the shortage of workers that is now becoming a major factor in the underinvestment in this economy. We will work with the private sector to solve that problem. Sector leaders to identify innovative solutions to these problems, to meet the legitimate need for workers while ensuring that the country's training capacity for our people is expanded and modernized. We must all work together to solve the problems of this nation. The PNP has always been an alliance of all well-thinking Jamaicans, uptown, downtown, round town, town or country. We are there for everyone.
Always.
I want to say a little bit about food security, climate change, and the transformation of agriculture. Comrades, Jamaica imports over $1 billion of food each year and has run for many years a large trade deficit in goods. Imports are more than 3 times greater than exports. The pandemic taught us that global systems of supply are vulnerable and expose the need to reduce our reliance on external sources of feeding our people. Michael Manley said, we must eat what we grow and grow what we eat. It is still relevant today. As climate change impacts our weather patterns, we need to be proactive in identifying the steps to build resilience in our food supply systems as an important part of our overall strategy for dealing with the impacts of more extreme climatic events. As Prime Minister, Sister P had the vision to establish climate change as a specific ministerial portfolio responsibility as far back as 2012. In fact, our chairman for life, Bobby Pickersgill, was the first minister. We will begin the work and continue the work that started then to continue to prepare Jamaica for what is to come. Agriculture will be a key economic priority for the next PNP government. The rural economy and rural society depend on agriculture, and developing agriculture is essential to ending rural poverty and expanding rural quality of life. The transformation in agriculture is therefore indispensable to achieving national economic and social transformation. It has to happen.
Farming over plastic, investment over profit.
Is that agriculture has tremendous potential for export-led growth because Jamaica is blessed with high quality and marketable produce. Our coffee, our cocoa, our ginger, our scallion, our garlic, our herbs and spices, our Sea Island cotton, and of course, the good medicinal and therapeutic ganja.
Ganja.
Liberate in 2015.
Them lazy. They're not stand up.
We must develop a modern nutraceutical sector based on indigenous knowledge and expand our aquaculture industry as part of the blue economy. These opportunities must be realized by strategic investments by the state and partnerships with the private sector. Modernization of the sector will not leave our small farmers behind. The needs of our farmers and fisher folk are central to our plan. It requires investments in training, farm roads, irrigation systems, storage facilities. It requires integrated relationships between larger investors in agriculture and agro-processing and smaller farmers to achieve transfer of technology and best practices. It means deepening the linkages between farmers and other sectors of the economy, especially the hotels and restaurants. Many of these initiatives started under previous PNP governments, but they need to go further, and the next PNP government is going to be treating this as a priority. We will expand the mechanisms of technical support for farmers and revive state support in the areas of marketing and distribution, including having clean and dignified markets for our people to come and buy their food. I move now to the issue of energy. Energy is critical to economic transformation, and the cost of electricity is unsustainably high in Jamaica, making it difficult for our economy to compete with the rest of the world and making life hard for our consumers of electricity. The government is not serious about dealing with this problem. The existing large investments came out of the efforts of the last PNP administration, and I want to big up Comrade Philip Caldwell for the work he did, and Comrade Vin Lawrence as well, through the ECECTION to bring huge investment in renewables to Jamaica. that pipeline dry up under the JLP. And it is bad management of that portfolio why we have not seen the progress continue since the JLP came to office. We need to transition our energy sources from fossil fuels to renewables. We will put renewed energy into transforming Jamaica's energy mix to produce more clean energy from renewables and reduce electricity costs, which are significantly higher now than when we left office. The high level of irregular electricity consumption in Jamaica is also a challenge. It has an important social dimension as people fear disconnection, fear prosecution, and they suffer the inconvenience of prolonged power outages when JPS imposes protective measures to reduce non-paying consumption. Many families in Jamaica want to regularize their status as electricity consumers, but cannot afford the high cost of rewiring, inspection, and certification to do so. The next PNP government will introduce a major program to assist households to regularize their electricity consumption. And we will include, as part of the regularization process, the installation of solar panels at people's homes so that ongoing electricity usage of regularized customers is more affordable and also reduces Jamaica's carbon footprint.
Cause the dollar getting weaker and the solar light bill it would have cheaper, but a JPS you prefer keep your Ebenezer. So you Scrooge when you get the people where you starve and every year you buy a better vehicle. The things
I moved out to the issue of technology. The next PNP government will establish a National Research and Development Council, bringing together all relevant institutions from within the state, academia, the private sector, and the trade unions to develop, monitor, and evaluate a national R&D strategy, research and development. We need to draw on all available technical expertise across the society, public and private sector, academia, to prepare the country for unfolding impacts, both positive and negative, of artificial intelligence, AI. It is already clear that AI is going to have profound effects on many aspects of life, the economy, the society. But we need to prepare ourselves for the new era of AI that is emerging so that we can proactively take advantage of the opportunities and also manage the risks. We believe in the importance of research and development to move the economy to a higher level. We will accelerate the tax write-off of expenditure on research and development to encourage greater investment in innovation that ties agriculture to manufacturing, science and technology, and advancing the labor force. Our new direction must be built on solid research and collaborative effort. I move to the issue of workers' rights. The People's National Party has a long history of respect for the workers and workers' rights as part of our decolonizing mission of nearly 100 years. We established, under Michael Joshua Manley, the Industrial Disputes Tribunal to promote fairness and harmony at the workplace. We passed laws to give employees rights to notice pay and redundancy pay if they lose their job because their job disappears. We created incentives for companies to establish employee share ownership plans for their workers. I was part of the team that worked with Michael Manley in the 1990s to develop an employee share ownership program to empower our workers and create wealth for them. We empowered women by passing laws for equal pay for equal work and for maternity leave. And Beverly Manley, who is here, Beverly Manley Duncan, who is present, was a foundational force behind those important reforms. Big up, Sister Bev. Sister P herself brought the sexual harassment legislation to Parliament in 2016. It took the JLP nearly 7 years to pass it. We believe in Jamaica's workers. it is workers who build nations. And therefore, respect for workers' rights will continue to be at the heart of the PNP's governance when we return to office. So,
Equal rights, justice, and equal rights and justice.
social justice must also exist at the workplace. A major concern we have is the abuse of the contract work mechanism to deny our workers their basic rights and benefits that are supposed to be guaranteed to them by law. This must end. I am not saying that there's no place for engaging professional or technical service providers as independent contractors. Clearly there is. But contract work is being used to deny the rights and benefits that workers should have in situations where, for all intents and purposes, the individual is working as an employee. The next PNP government will put a stop to the abuse of this mechanism so that all our workers will enjoy the rights and benefits to which they are entitled under law. We will also revamp the Employee Share Ownership Plan Act, giving existing owners in the society incentives to facilitate their employees acquiring a piece of the pie. As I said, I was part of the team led by Michael Manley that pioneered that legislation in the early 1990s. It has time come now to make it user-friendly and to promote its benefits once again. I can tell you, my own personal experience is that employee share ownership plans can create great wealth for both employees and employers by forging common economic interests in the success of the business that strongly incentivizes high levels of productivity. And when you join that with a listing on the stock market, I have seen blue-collar workers in this country become millionaires through their ownership stake as the business grows and thrives. The People's National Party want our people to step up in our life and do well, and we know what it takes, and we're going to do it again. As I said in May, it is also time to increase the income tax threshold from 1.5 million to at least 3 million to take account of the high levels of inflation since it was last reset 7 years ago and give a reasonable buffer for ongoing inflation, which is still a problem. And we're calling on the government to implement that increase. Where people want to have a piece of the pie. They want to be owners too. And the People's National Party wants that for them. It is important to build an ownership mindset so that more people can build intergenerational wealth. We want the Jamaican people to feel part of the society and treat it like they have a real stake in it. Economic transformation must have as an imperative the expansion of the ownership base of the society. And we believe that this can be achieved through investment in micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, which are really the most progressive part from a social perspective of uplifting the people through private entrepreneurship. MSMEs are a critical generator of employment, income, and growth, and are therefore vital to achieving the economic transformation, which is our mission. The People's National Party will modernize the laws and bureaucratic procedures that apply to our MSMEs. We will create a supportive and nurturing ecosystem for startup businesses so that formalizing their businesses is attractive, welcoming, and easy. Tax requirements, red tape must be minimized and simplified to allow new businesses to successfully establish themselves within the formal system. where they will have access to finance for expansion and other benefits that are not available in the informal sector. For example, the last PNP government designed and passed incentive legislation for the establishment of special economic zones, the SEZs. Apart from the former free zone firms, which have transitioned into the SEZs, it has also become a preferred route for new investors in Jamaica. It is the SEZ law that has achieved that. I want to big up my friend Anthony Hilton. When he was minister, he pioneered that legislation. Now, under that act, operators in the special economic zones are offered low tax incentives. They have a special 12.5% corporate income tax rate, which is half the rate now paid by local companies. They get relief from tax on rental income, GCT relief, employment tax credit, and a promotional tax credit against their R&D and training expenses. SEZ firms benefit from customs relief, stamp duty exemptions on land transactions, and tax deductions relating to capital expenditure. But I say, if we can create special zones and benefits for large investors, why not do the same thing for micro, small, and medium-sized business people too, and for the informal sector to bring them into the formal sector? The next PNP administration will offer similar package of benefits to new and existing MSMEs as the SEZ operators enjoy if they regularize their businesses and they remain tax compliant. We are about economic transformation, moving Jamaica to a higher level. Under the PNP, our small business sector will finally get a proper break and the support they need to drive inclusive growth and employment and expand the ownership base of the economy. This will move Jamaica in the right direction. Time come now.
Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. Forget champions, we can do it.
And this talk of inclusion takes me to the tourism industry. Our society, as everyone knows, has become heavily dependent on tourism. It is a major contributor to GDP and employment. It is one of the fastest growing industries. It directly employs, I believe, 175,000 Jamaicans and generates indirect employment for another 350,000 people. Yet, tourism in Jamaica should be contributing far more to the national economy. Most of the earnings from tourism never come into Jamaica. And the large hotels have adopted the enclave model, where guests enjoy their entire visit, staying at the hotel or going on tours organized by the hotel. And this means that the benefits of the sector do not sufficiently get into the local economy, even though significant portions of taxpayer dollars are spent every year advertising Jamaica to promote the industry. This government we have now wants to expand that model to the benefit of a few. The next PNP government will take things in a new direction by transitioning away from enclave tourism to a more inclusive model that is more integrated into the Jamaican economy. We will provide incentives to hotels which integrate their business models with the local community and with the Jamaican economy. And we must also deal with the vexed issue of beach access. Jamaica, as we sell more sand and sea to the hotel industry, local communities are losing access to beaches as a place where families can enjoy themselves and fishing communities can thrive. Traditional access is a thing of the past, and it gets worse with each announcement of another hotel development. Each time yet another beach is removed from the public's use. It can't stay that way.
If you wanna sell out, sell out. Sell out, sell out. Oh Lord, yeah. Look how them a sell out, sell out.
memories with your friends and your family over the years, and then one day a fence goes up or a wall is
Yeah,
built and
that
you're
fuck
cut
we're
off
going.
from your beach and your memories.
And
That
I'm
is not
thinking and
right, people.
dualness.
The form of social exclusion has become a prejudicial line against ordinary Jamaicans. And these things create vexation in the
And I'm
nation.
thinking and
Beach
dualness.
exclusion reminds of our long history of
You fucking
injustice.
are going
And
with.
the people have a legitimate complaint. The next PNP government will address this issue.
Gone
We will
too far
work with
already.
all stakeholders to implement a progressive beach access policy. The state has leverage to protect the public interest as the Beach Control Act makes provision for the acquisition of rights over private land to provide beach access to the public. The PNP will use this tool in the public interest. We will adjust this if we have to, because we have a vision of tourism that is in harmony with ordinary Jamaican people, so the benefits to our society grow and our society can.
Yeah, because when tourists come on Jamaica, they want to mobilize themselves with the locals. That's how it goes. They always want to do that. But then people want to fucking take them away from the locals and put them in for them fucking surrounding and things like that. And the local people don't really benefit again. Them can sell them craft, them can make a little hustling. It's what tourism used to be, you know. This a rascal government come and make it tight. And take with the rascals, beach them from the poor people where them could go up and go to one time. And we see it happen already. We see it happen already. We did Jamaica 2018 before the funeral. And then we have a nice beach and watch there where, clean and everything. And you have other official beach next door as well. We just go on at the beach for free and walk in. Now, when you go back 2019 or what? You go down so the man them fence it off, the piece of shit them fence it off. Private people buy it out. I say, see, I mean, I say blood clot, gone too far now. So you have to walk in a some little fucking swamp. And some little fucking fuck up place to reach. Cause what them do then, them fence off the local them. So we have to walk in some swamp to reach from on the other side. That's all them do as Jamaican people. So I say, well, then them they have gone too far because it look like every rascal month teach a beach. A river them must laugh now, river. China by river and fence it off. Yeah, we take bad things and make laugh, Yeah, man.
Welfare from it. We will partner with tourism investors
Yeah,
to secure
we take bad things and make
rights of
fucking
access
laugh, boy.
for public to be able to enjoy our
Not
beaches,
safe
while
at
at
all.
the same time allowing tourism to contribute even more to the economic well-being of
Yeah,
investors and Jamaica at large.
we have to
We
spread out
have
the
to
money.
have a whole of society approach. We can't deal with this enclave system of thinking about how we move forward. One Jamaica. I'm going to talk a little bit now about social transformation. This government has failed miserably after 7 years in dealing with the critical issue of building a safe and secure society. The Andrew Holness-led administration has failed in keeping its promise to make Jamaica a place where you can sleep with your windows and doors open. Just as they have failed to
We
deliver
don't talk,
5%
man.
growth in
Hear
4
more
years
talk.
and so many unfulfilled promises.
On a Monday, on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, on a Friday, on a Saturday, 2 times on a Sunday.
Last year, we had the worst murder rate in Latin America and the Caribbean. 52.9
I want thing the PNP want them look good, always. Yeah.
murders per 100,000 people. It is not acceptable. So, what is our strategy for dealing with this long-term problem? Our position on crime, violence, and the delivery of justice for our people remains consistent. It is rooted in our vision of social transformation. We believe in a balanced approach, using both crime control as well as crime prevention measures to deal with the issue of violent crime. A balanced approach is essential to social harmony and crime reduction, and a more cohesive society is essential to reducing discontent and violence in the society. Whether we're dealing with race or gender or class, I hear the prophetic words of Peter Tosh: there will be no peace without equal rights and justice. We have to focus on building peace and unity as the main approach to reducing crime and violence. It is a mindset change that will guide the next PNP government. Peace cannot be achieved in communities through oppressive laws and government badness that trample on the basic rights and freedoms of our people. Peace and unity are directly linked to equal rights and justice. The reality is that this government has spent money on the JDF at twice the rate since they came in power than the rate at which they've been spending on the police force when the country has a crime and violence problem, and it is the responsibility of the police force to deal with it. That can't be right. That needs to be
look cover.
rebalanced.
I'm looking cover. I want to be a dictator
We
country.
will approach this in a different way.
Yeah, them are use soldiers.
We have to deal with it without this state of emergency fixation. They have used this state of emergency, and it is a failed strategy because it is not designed as a crime-fighting measure. And they've introduced a
They
very
can't fight the
dangerous
crimes, and have to
situation
use that.
because every Jamaican's basic rights and freedoms are suspended when they're in a state of emergency. Many thousands of Jamaican youths have been held in detention under these states of emergency, often for long periods of time. Very few were ever charged with any serious offense. Many lost their jobs. Many have been stigmatized as a result of the way this government has used states of emergency. And it is costing taxpayers millions and millions of dollars as the court awards compensation to those who have been wrongly detained under those states of emergency.
They don't care.
We consider this a serious abuse of power. There is nothing routine about a state of emergency. It only exists and was...
What them doing now? State of emergency, them lock up innocent people. Anybody them so they don't grab them and then charge them and then they'll jail for years and all these things. Poor people, they might do that, you know. They now go uptown and do that. Right? And then they don't give a shit. And then when them people come out now, them sue them and get a bag of money from them because Isaac Buchanan, him win a few of them case there. So them get a lot of money. Innocent people when they have no record for nothing like that. And the government pay out a lot of money. So that's how them run the country. Because now them pay the money to their pocket. And the same taxpayers' money, poor people, them have to pay it. And for the bill. They don't care once them get them way. Because state of emergency and Zozo is just it's a government without no plan. So they use the easiest method and us go down as abuse people's rights. Them pussy left to go in now. And kind of blow try to look on them things. Because anybody can catch up on that fucking woman or man, you know. Innocently, you know. Because give the police and the power for us state of emergency. So them can hold you like that. So them can hold you like that. All you innocent. You never feel like that's what it's designed to do. And then it costs the country a lot of money when the people are really innocent and have pay out. But it's not coming out of them pocket. And at the same time, they do that. Taxpayers have to foot the bill. Them are stealing from the cookie jar as well. And load them pockets. But I tell you, no, sir. So that thing kind of sticky, you know.
to be used as the Constitution's
Kind of
last
sticky,
resort to protect the state from subversion. This is why we have taken the matter to court for a definitive ruling. The People's National Party will always stand up for the basic rights and freedoms of our people. increasing militarization of law enforcement is not a strategy that we endorse. We must give law enforcement the tools they need to be
Yeah.
effective.
Body
We
camera.
will focus on properly
And things like
equipping
that.
our police and the
Body
justice
camera, the main
system
thing.
with the legislation, the tools, the technology, and the human resources to carry out their work. Those who choose a life of badness and won't change their ways will face severe consequences. We'll be resolute in coming down on those who insist on perpetuating evil in the society.
You see, Lord, murderer, blood is on your shoulder. Kill I today, you cannot kill I.
From the law enforcement's perspective, what is needed now is carefully designed legislation that allows a spearfishing approach, enabling the effective prosecution of dangerous criminals, not casting a wide net that makes the many who are good suffer for the few who are bad. I have already designed the essential elements of legislation to enable the police to take dangerous criminals off the street for a reasonable period of time. I have suggested 42 days under a court-supervised process that allows a prosecutable case to be built where there is credible intelligence that needs to be turned into evidence. Jamaica's chronic problem of crime and violence reflects the failures within our society as a whole. We must seek to address the weaknesses in our society that create the conditions why so many of our youths are being attracted to a life of serious crime. We can't continue to ignore them and expect the security forces to suppress them. It just creates chaos in the society. As Jimmy Cliff said, you have to treat the youths right or you'll be playing with dynamite.
Beautiful woman.
Things. And that is why we are in favor of effective interventions to deal with youths who are at risk. The next PNP government will ensure there is a well-funded, wide-reaching national program to provide opportunities for vulnerable youths. We must give them a chance to become productive citizens through mentorship, training, remedial education, job placements. We must help them to develop life skills, building their self-esteem and their sense of citizenship. The Jamaican society was built on a system which embraced violence. In our decolonization mission, we must seek to repair that aspect of our history. That is why we favor restorative justice methods. The Peace Management Initiative will be revamped, revitalized, and made to work in all the hotspots across the country. We have seen over and over again how reprisals kill and maim the innocent, including precious little children. We need a system in communities that can manage that. We need a team of violence interrupters on the ground who can intervene in conflicts and avert escalation of conflicts. And this must be supported in our schools with school-wide positive behavioral interventions through the Ministry of Education. We started this before with programs like the Peace Management Initiative and Unite for Change. But the JLP government quickly abandoned them as soon as they came to office. And what we see now is the private sector seeking to fill the gap with Project STAR. We endorse and support that effort, but there needs to be a well-funded program on a national scale in order to make an effective change. We cannot cede that out to the private sector. That must be the people's government's concern. We have to deal with it. The matter of domestic violence is another great concern to the People's National Party. It is wonderful to have a good empress in your life. I have one, and I'm grateful for it. And for the empresses,
I want the ball goal, you know. You know that woman, you know.
also a wonderful thing.
Show them black
We need to be
Jamaican
more
woman, no.
loving. We need to settle our differences without resorting to violence. That approach is good for the children, good for the communities. It's good for peace of mind, and it's good for the society as a whole. We each have to personally commit to rethinking how we deal with each other. Time now, time come for a full parliamentary review of the Domestic Violence Act, which has been delayed for the past 7 years under this government. It will be an immediate priority for the next PNP administration. The state must put in place protective measures and mechanisms to protect people who are victims of domestic violence, in particular our women. We must protect the survivors. We must rehabilitate the offenders. We need to have safe places for survivors to retreat to. We will establish support centers in every parish to provide safe havens for the survivors of domestic violence. Time come. In our prison system, inadequate attention to rehabilitation and post-release employment opportunities has resulted in an acceptably high rate of persons reoffending, and then they end up back in prison again. It is over 40% recidivism rate in Jamaica. It means the prison system as it's currently operating is contributing to making crime and violence worse.
Yeah,
The whole
because
society benefits when a former criminal turns his life around and becomes a constructive member of society. We have to move this in the right direction. Too many Jamaicans suffer serious abuse of one sort or another, and they get no means of lawful justice. So apart from rehabilitation and reform in our prisons, we will pass legislation to empower the public defender to bring legal proceedings to defend the rights of vulnerable Jamaicans. As it stands now, the public defender doesn't have that power. And we will expand the scope of the Office of the Public Defender to become a national human rights institution to monitor and report on Jamaica's performance in respect of the rights of our citizens. This kind of thinking is not new to the PNP, people. Whenever just come, we have a long history of pursuing a social justice agenda for the people of Jamaica. Our law relating to ganja had been an instrument of oppression for 100 years. We decriminalized ganja so no one can be arrested or charged for a draw of weed or a spliff. PNP did that. Ganja has rid our courts of over 10,000 cases a year and prevented thousands of youths from the burden of a criminal record. We also established the automatic expungement procedure to clear the police records of anyone who in the past had been convicted of an offense involving the personal use of ganja. The People's National Party is the party of liberation of the people. Comrades, time is against me, and I'm going to wrap up shortly. I have a lot more things to say, let me tell you, but they will come another time. What I want to close by saying is this. The next PNP government intends to move Jamaica in the right direction. Our concept of progress requires social and economic transformation, not just fiscal discipline. Fiscal discipline is necessary, but is not sufficient. We understand what it will take to achieve higher levels of inclusive and sustainable economic growth to drive national development. It must be built on principles of integrity, inclusion, equity, and justice. We believe that the Jamaican people have the power to make this happen, and it requires the leadership of the People's National Party to Jamaica forward on this great mission of hope for our people. Time come now. It is dependent on,
Yes, yes, people. I'm telling you, this is one of the strong, strong speech from Mark Golden. From him do that speech, he get better and better and better. I'm can see that. Yeah, man, he get better and better. This is a speech where, because remember, you know, him hardly make no get, you know, impassionate speech, you know. You know, have nothing like, crocodile throat like Andrew Wallace, you know. Or if and but and rated. The man just talk with straight, you can understand it. You know, read out an Royal class scripts. You must read straight. No one anything prick on the table because you have to look for the other subject we want to talk about. That's all him do. He do a Royal talk and look down him like Andrew Wellness. And I turn over book leaf all him fuck with it. Because when I do them things, they're not real. So you see, in this conference and him get better and better. Believe you me, it's why I get better and better. And that's why the PNP start to take off, you know. Because remember, you know, the local, the whole local election win clear and straight without no apology on that. So that was a good look, not any case. But what may I say, one of the biggest and really constructive conference speech this from a leader as far as we see. Yeah, man. So, you know, when I do this conference speech, as I'm saying, this is the conference that's break the camel back, you know. And everybody get rascal jumpy. Everybody get jumpy. From the labor camp. Yeah, from the labor camp. Everybody get jumpy from the damn labor camp. And that's how it is. Can't go around that. So that's why I'm saying, well then, the only thing JLP will try to do, to be truthful, it's still the election. I'm not gonna blood clam or work. Believe you me. Not gonna work, you know. It's not gonna fucking work. And if them things gonna work, it's not gonna work. But they might try everything to do that. They might try everything to do that. To undermine the people them, try to thief the election to get a next term, because them definitely have to, well, they don't have to, well, they want to, they don't have to, kind of gonna be up to. But them determined to get another term, to win this election, to fix them business in it. That's all it is. So I don't know, but in the end of the day, we're gonna see what go on that level still. We're gonna see what's going on. Yeah. We're gonna see what's fucking going on. Yeah, man. So you see, them people on a roll right you know, and we can see it happening. And Andrew Wallace, Labour Party, them all over the place. Them going on like a jumping jack, headless chicken, everything in a one. You know? Headless chicken, everything in a one. Come on, everybody want a piece of my gold, you know. In 10 times more popular than Andrew Wallace. Andrew Wallace is popular one time, but for him popularity is gone, it's watered down. Yeah, man. His popularity is watered down without no joke. So you see, Mark wanna do the things, and that's all it is. So, you know, that's why we can see dip on a victory streak, dip on a victory speech. Well, not a victory speech, a victory streak. At the same day, you know. PNP party dip on a eye, man. And because they never dip on a eye, you know, Liberal right to call the election and really, you know. But them just can't call it, they might wait for something to happen. And they might wait for try to do some distraction or something. Because that's how they play the game, you know. That's how they play them nasty game. Yeah. If we can just find this net video. Yo, Mark Golding and PNP dip on a eye, yeah, man. Compared to 3 years ago. Yeah. Compared to 3 years ago, him dip on a eye, man. Man, Mark Kiki. We have the crowd at the display. What you call it, bro? Yeah, man. The Mark Golding have the crowd wheeling and dealing. I want to touch off on him. Yeah, man. As I'm saying, you know, he's more popular than Andrew Wallace. Long way right you know. Andrew Wallace have just tell clear lie and all kind of fucking shit. It's clear, relevant right you now. Because PNP upon a eye. Andrew Wallace, the only thing they can have in mind now is to try to steal the election. I now go work for them, you know. They try to make them try to come out with a fake idea already.
All them things there. Got bus already, fake ID. And that's what Labour right do all the while. All dead man, them use dead man a vote. Boy, I'm telling you, see, I got them start them blood clotting there now. People dead and gone. Them help them win election. But those are the dark fucking days. These are technology days, so PNP just have to put some really good security on the ground. Them can't just leave it on lie low. On this is a serious thing. It's a people life. About the people and about the country, where the country go. You know what I mean? So they must be really serious with them analyzing through the selection here. Labour are gonna try everything, And that's why I say, from the thumbnail, I say, well then, PNP is supposed to win comfortable. So once they win comfortable, we not talk about a landslide, because we're not deal with U4 at all. Comfortable means comfortable, and that's all it is. And that's we see that go right now. I will like to see that. Yeah, man, we like to see that. Call that a good look. Very good look too. Very good look. So overall, you get that out of the way. So guys, so we go out and running, out and gunning, like never before. So we're gonna run out of here. Out.
A big sound play a big tune.
Ja holy Emmanuel I, boy. Ja Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. Well, Gideon go busting out them head again. So much oppression poor people face right now. Them crying out for freedom. Them crying out for free speech. Then said them want to stand up like them black liberators, like Malcolm X and Martin Luther and the ancient monarchy where come pave the way, sir. Free up black people from me tear down them fence, yeah. Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon, well, the Gideon go busting out them head. I listen, I the power of the Trinity. Give us the teaching of His Majesty, and we know war, no devil philosophy.
On Sticky Stocky TV. If your finger is not sticky, subscribe. But if your finger sticky, do not subscribe on Sticky Stocky TV. Big up yourself.